Today there aren't actually a lot of like actual feature. There are a number of bug fix, and there are some project that I've been working as usual, right? And there's some change to, I mean, not change, but like some addition to a node that should already be there from the beginning. Stuff like the SCF node now can have a channel selector and mask. It doesn't have that before. Again, not sure why, but now it does. Gonna be really useful instead of having to do like alpha blending that I used to do in the past. Now we have that. Also the same idea with the XDOT, XDOT. I don't know how to pronounce that. A really, I think, underrated, I guess, or like undocumented node, or like that. It's like a dynamic contrast extractor, right? Now it also support tileable texture. Right, this is another project that I did today. Should be upload on social media like I don't know 2 or 3 days, right? And there are also some crash I just fixed. Crash with the scroll box. I'm surprised that I haven't get report on that yet. But with stuff like the shape, I guess. With stuff like this, when you try to do search, right, and then you're holding on an item, and then you delete the search, sometimes it does crash, like hard crash. So I fixed that. Then there's some bug with the group output, that when you output like a palette, it converts it to an array of color instead. And then there's more control for the map part and the bridge part, right? The map part now have this UV range so that you can like basically cram more texture, right? Add more repetition into the UV. The bridge part also have more part control, so like the part loop, part range, offset. Again, you can have a separate like offset part or trim part before that, right? But now it's in the node itself, mostly just for performance, because this part stuff when you try to like nest that or like put it in chain, like longer modifier chain, it can cause a processing time to be slower. So now a lot of property are now be included in more nodes, right? Like merge different feature together into a single node. This is another project that I did today, using the map part and the bridge part, right? Really nice. And then we also have improvement on the draw line itself, improvement on the wiggle. So when you have multiple part, when you have compound part, basically multiple part in one object, in one multiple lines in one part, right? It will now just randomly wiggle because that's how you would want it to behave anyway. And the phase value are now normalized, so the 0 and 1 value will represent the same phase, so that you can animate easily. In the past, I think the phase here is controlled by, also affected by the frequency value, so it kind of make it difficult to make wiggle like seamless. So now the phase also got improved. The texture mode also got some improvement. The texture here, I think you use it in this draw line, right? On the texture control, we also have oversample, so you can have it to not like do tiling, right? But in this case, we need it. And there are also some new preference values in the preference here. I think in the interface and the curve box, right? There's now option to contract the curve box. So I think normally the curve box, it would take like the whole width of the inspector panel here, right? Do we have example? But now you can disable that behavior, and I disable it. Okay, like this. If you disable the preference here, expand to full width, right? I think it's on by default, so you turn it off. Then you have to restart the software, but I didn't do it. Right, you turn it off and then you refresh it, then the curve box itself will be use the same width as the other widget, right? I have it expand because curve box is like it have many things, right? And you might want more space. But sometimes it can make it difficult to see properties. I feel like this view is actually better for my eyes to see properties and grouping and stuff like that. So you can now turn it off in the preference. Yeah, and that should be it for today. Not a lot of like feature, but there are a number of projects that I make. Right, and this project will already be uploaded to the Steam Workshop, so you can try it out now. Now, I would recommend to you to be in the nightly builds because it contains a feature that I just added just for this project, right? The feature that I'm just talking about today only gonna be available on nightly builds. So if you're on beta or stable and you try to load this project, stuff might break. But yeah, that will be it.